The MS-07B Gouf is a mass-production close-quarters combat ground mobile suit. It was first featured in the anime Mobile Suit Gundam, as most of the mobile suits I've been talking about have. The MS-07B Gouf is designed specifically for Earth-based close-quarter MS combat. It featured much improved mobility with a powerful backpack and leg-mounted thrusters for jet-assisted jumps based on the YMS-08A high-mobility test type. For armaments, it has a 5-barreled 75mm machine gun in its left hand and a heat rod, which could be used as a superheating slicing weapon or as a grappling weapon with a powerful electric shock effect. It also had a powerful heat sword stored within a shield, and could also use the standard Zaku 2 weapons, such as the 120mm machine gun or the 280mm bazooka. The Gouf outclassed the MS-06 Zaku 2 in terms of speed, power output, and melee combat ability, but its overall performance was not great enough to be justified by its increased cost. The Gouf's production was cut short by the development of a more cost-efficient unit, the more powerful and nimble MS-09B Dom. Despite its very short production run, several variations were produced in limited numbers, and it was still deployed across the world alongside Zaku's and Doms. One customized unit was piloted by Vish Donahue, which had the original 5-fingered machine gun left hand replaced by a normal manipulator hand. In its place, a 3-barrel 35mm machine gun was mounted on the left forearm. The Gouf's regular left manipulator is replaced by a 5-barrel 75mm machine gun shaped like enlarged fingers. It fires physical rounds at a rapid rate, and despite its bulky and awkward appearance, its barrels demonstrate a limited degree of digital dexterity, including the ability to hold the shield, and to adequately grip the heat sword and various firearms. Some Goufs were fielded with 2 5-barrel 75mm machine guns, while others were fitted with 2 regular manipulators instead. The heat rod is a close-range weapon installed in the right forearm. This retractable cable delivers a high-voltage electrical shock when it comes into contact with an enemy mobile suit, damaging its internal systems and stunning its pilot. The heat rod could also be superheated to give it cutting properties. The Heat Sword Type B4 is a melee weapon originally developed for the Gouf series. Like the Zaku's Heat Hawk, the Heat Sword has a blade that is heated to high temperatures in order to increase its cutting capacity. However, it has a longer reach than the Heat Hawk and is capable of slicing in half a shield made of Luna titanium, such as the Gundams. Initially, its blade was made of a polymer compound that has undergone shape memory treatment, allowing it to be stored inside the weapon's grip when not in use and upon heating. It will expand out of the grip and hook on the shape of the heat sword's blade. Since the polymer compound's primary ingredient was ceramic microparticles, it was basically a disposable weapon. The polymer compound was later replaced by easier to produce ceramic materials. The heat sword is also known as Heat Saber. The customized Gouf piloted by Vish Donahue had the original heat rod on its right forearm replaced with a heat wire. First featured on the MS-07B3 Gouf Custom, the heat wire is a magnetic grappler mounted on a thin cable, allowing the right forearm to store a much greater length of heat wire and giving the weapon a much greater reach. The heat wire can release an electric charge to disable an enemy mobile suit, and in the hands of a highly skilled pilot, it can be utilized as a survival tool for hanging onto buildings or enemy units to buy time for the Gouf to launch surprise attacks. The weapon is also known as Heat Rod, Anchor Type. The Heat Hawk Type 5 is an axe-like melee weapon whose name is short for Tomahawk. Thermal energy is used to superheat the Heat Hawk's blade, allowing it to slice through the armor of enemy warships or mobile suits. Normally, this is used by the MS-06 Zaku 2, but the Gouf also has the option to utilize it. Shortly after its initial introduction, the early model MS-07A Gouf was replaced by the completed MS-07B Gouf model. The Zeon pilot Lieutenant Ramba Rao played havoc with the crew of the Pegasus-class White Base, and the young pilot of the RX-72 Gundam with his YMS-07B Gouf, a prototype of the standard B-type Gouf. The Gouf was used all around the world as a means of advancing Zeon's ground campaign due to the Zaku slipping into obsolescence? Great word, I have great grammar, I swear. And shortly after the Gouf's introduction, its production was halted in favor of the MS-09B Dom. However, research into the Gouf's basic design would continue, which would lead to the development of several improved models that would see limited production. Despite the research, none of the Gouf's models would see development in the United Maintenance Plan that the Principality of Zeon initiated to improve existing mobile suit designs, likely due to Zeon putting more focus into the One-Year War space front at the time of the plan's initiation and the lack of development in a space-capable Gouf model. Anyway, that is it for this video. I will see you all later. Bye bye. Like and subscribe. Blah, blah, blah.